The reason I'm here today is to talk a little bit about San Francisco and the proposal for artificial turf fields here at the Beach Chalet soccer fields. San Francisco is located on the Pacific Flyway, which is an important migratory path for birds. Each spring and fall, birds travel this route. Some birds come to San Francisco in the winter. They come from Alaska and Canada. Some birds stay here for the winter, and other birds travel all the way to South America. Birds depend on this site for breeding, and you'll see a variety of trees around here, so birds depend on that for nesting. There are cavities that birds depend upon for nesting sites. Other animals like raccoons and opossums also depend on this habitat. There are coyotes that depend on this habitat. And so even though this is an urban environment, this is a city park, it's also valuable habitat.
Okay, this is a picture of the fields that are in there now. And to me, it's a very beautiful area. Very natural. Now this is what's going to replace that. And you can see the artificial turf here, and then it's surrounded by 60-foot light towers. Now, these are towers with brilliant light on it here. And to me, just the change in the character is jarring. And I understand that this is going to give the soccer advocates more time to use this field. But it totally changes the character of the western end of the park in a way that's dramatically different than what the master plan outlines for it.
The Golden Gate Park master plan it's a document that the city put together with the help of citizens, and it took 10 years to create this document. And there were hearings and there were comments, and it was finally passed. And it's a land use document. It specifies what would be in the park and where. And for the western end of the park, the Golden Gate Park master plan specifies that this is to be a naturalistic area of open space with trees. So the idea was to simulate a forest.
The city's Recreation and Parks Department is proposing taking this habitat and converting it to artificial turf fields. There would be 4 artificial turf fields, which means they would remove all of the topsoil from the area, and they would also they would replace this with artificial turf, which is basically they would put in irrigation, and then they would put in gravel, and then on top of that they would put in this plastic layer of green plastic that looks like grass, and then on top of that is the artificial tire crumb rubber. And then in addition to that, they're proposing professional sports lighting, which are 60-foot tall lights that would be on until 10 p.m. every night. And this would negatively impact any birds and other wildlife that nest in the surrounding area. Birds need time to rest, and if the area is lit up, then they can't do that.
Yeah, you know, it's the location. It's in another place. It would be a good thing. The Lennar development, Hunters Point development, that'd be a great place for a sports complex like this. But here you're taking out one use and substituting it with something that's totally inappropriate and totally not what the master plan says. There is a privatization aspect of this sports complex. It's a private entity that is pushing for the artificial turf. That's one thing. The other thing is that the Parks Department wants to keep this open late at night, and they're going to be soliciting outside soccer teams, teams from outside of San Francisco, adult teams, not kids, to come in and play and pay the fees. So they see it as another income generating facility.
A lot of people think that people who are opposed to this particular project are against soccer fields, and I just want to make sure that you understand that my problems with it are not, I'm not against soccer fields at all, but I think that there are alternatives to taking out the natural grass and putting in plastic grass. So I would like to see the natural grass fields that are there improved.
Another impact to this project is that after the use of the fields, in about 10 years, the artificial turf would need to be replaced, and we'd have lost the topsoil because that would have been removed, and then all of the artificial turf will end up in landfill, and then the city will again face a huge project, millions of dollars, that would need to do something to either return grassy fields or another set of artificial turf playing fields.
So which is more cost effective, the natural grass or the artificial turf? Definitely the natural grass. That's been proven over and over again. If you look at the numbers, the city will be on the hook for most of this.